We're back now with some developing news out of Japan overnight. A powerful earthquake struck the southern part of the island nation earlier, rattling buildings and putting people there on edge. Now that 7.1 magnitude quake is leading to fears of a potential tsunami. NBC News international correspondent Raf Sanchez joins us with the latest. Raf, first let's start with the damage. What can you tell us about the extent of the damage there?
So, Joe, this powerful quake striking the Kumamoto region in southern Japan about 4:30 p.m. local time. A lot of parents were out picking their kids up from summertime activities. And we are now getting a sense of the scale of the destruction here. A lot of roads, a lot of bridges have been damaged. People have been told to stay off the roads if they can. You can see just the scale of the shaking there. There is a lot of concern about one mall in particular. Japan is a country where buildings are designed to withstand earthquakes, but according to local authorities, the second floor of this particular mall has collapsed. Several people are said to be trapped inside, and police are saying that they now presume that there are multiple fatalities at that location. We also saw in a Costco there, boxes falling off of high shelves onto people in the aisles. Some of those witnessed, some of the people, you can see it there, that Costco, some people there stuck underneath the debris. And there is a 16th century castle in the area, Joe, which is popular with tourists. Part of the walls of that castle crumbling beneath the force of this quake. Around 50,000 homes have lost power, and so there is a real race on right now to restore electricity.
And Raf, we know with these earthquakes often come tsunami warnings. What do we know about that?
Yeah, so the quake initially triggered this tsunami warning. People were told to get away from the coast as fast as they could. That warning has now been lifted, thankfully. Of course, Japan has a lot of painful experience with tsunamis, and this region in particular has experienced a lot of earthquakes in the past. 10 years ago, Joe, there was a major earthquake in the area. 275 people were killed, thousands more injured. Joe.
All right, Raf Sanchez, thank you so much.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.